Hi, I'm Nicola. Welcome to the Life, Work and You blog. So today we are going to talk about something that I'm really passionate about. It's a topic that's very, very close to my heart because it was so entangled with my own journey. And that is really about leaving your current job or leaving your career and starting a new business or creating something new for yourself, creating a new way of life for yourself. So many of us are being called to do this, and we are not feeling fully fulfilled by our careers or our jobs. We are feeling like we've got a lot more to offer the world, and we are also wanting to create work and a life that really allows us to prioritize and to put other things in front of just being at the office from 9 to 5 or usually about 8 till 7 every day, and perhaps sitting in traffic and dealing with a lot of the admin that goes around that. And for me personally, I had, after many years working in corporate and in law firms, I really got to this point of absolute frustration where I was so determined to find that thing that I could do that would allow me to leave the corporate world behind and have this wonderful job where I could create and just have, time and money, and I'd be really, really happy. Now, what I did at the time was I left my job. I'd saved up for a couple of months with this plan, and I'd left my job with the intention to start an interior design, some sort of interior design concept business. I wasn't entirely sure what that would be. I had a couple of ideas, and I was so desperate to leave my current situation that I was in that I was determined to make anything work. And so I did. I quit and I took a short holiday and I got very busy with executing and starting up the new thing. But it wasn't very long into starting the new that I kind of hit a brick wall. I was exhausted. I wasn't able to follow through on all my to-do list, and I was really, really struggling. And what this was symptomatic of is that I was so exhausted and I was creating a new business from a place of being reactive. If I was really honest with myself, my motivation for starting that business wasn't because this was a lifelong passion or something I was super excited about creating and putting into the world, but it was rather because it was something I figured out I was good enough at, that I could work hard enough, make a success of, and it would allow me to essentially change my current situation, which was working in a very high pressure job. So when I got honest about myself and my reasons, and I started to actually ask myself, well, what happens if I did make a success of this business I'd started? Is this the thing that I want to do for the next 10 years of my life? The answer was quite clear to me that no, it wasn't. Although it was something I was passionate at, I was good at, it doesn't mean I had to create my life story around this new venture. And so after a couple months, that fell away. And it was then I realized how important this, what I call the foundational phase is. This phase of really restoring not just your body, but also your mind, your emotions, your spirit, and really connecting and getting to know who it is that you really are. And when you can start to connect with your authentic self, and very important, you don't need to quit your job. You don't need to be on a sabbatical in order to do that. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of creating space. It's a way of engaging with yourself that you can do in any situation. And when you start to then be a lot clearer on who it is that you are, you will be guided in terms of how to share that with the world. I can't stress enough how important this foundational phase is. And when I look at a lot of the advice that's out there at the moment on the internet, out in the world around, starting a business and making this great change in our life, I feel like a lot of it is quite destructive or could lead us down the wrong path. It's really focused on you can do it, follow your dreams, pursue your passion at all costs, take that leap of faith. But it's not grounded. It's not information that tells us to really check into ground and then to move on to the next. that certainly, I fell into that trap, and it did catch up with me a little later on. So taking that time to really restore is vital. It's like a car. If you take a car on a really long road trip, eventually you're going to run out of fuel, your tires are going to be shot, and there may be some other issues going on under the hood. Now, before you can plan a new journey and go on a new adventure, you need to get that car restored. You need to refuel, you need to take a break, you need to put new tires on and fix the engine and all of that other car stuff that I don't really know much about. But you need to get yourself into the condition and to the mindset in order to properly plan your journey and to embark on a new adventure. So if you are in the state at the moment where you are desperate to leave your current job, where you're desperate to start a new business, where you are almost reactively just jumping into a new career field or a new area, please take the time to check in, to ask yourself, is this really, am I doing this because I am so passionate about this that I actually can't eat, sleep, or do anything else but do this thing in the world? Or are you only doing that because you are trying to escape, because you are trying to so desperately create space for yourself and to change your life and to bring more happiness into your life? Because if your answer is the latter, which in my experience, the people I work with, a lot of the talks I do, so many people come up to me afterwards and say things to me like, I'm trying to start this business on the side. I've got this side hustle going because I really want to get out of this place. Do you have any advice for me? And so many of us are in that space. My advice is this: do nothing. Don't leave your job. Don't resign just yet. Yes, start saving up. Start dreaming. You can start planning your new adventure, but don't yet embark on it. Give yourself that time in your current situation. Of course, if you can afford to maybe take some time off and go on an extended holiday or some sort of a retreat, something where you can focus and do a lot of self-work, as opposed to a fun holiday where you are sightseeing and drinking and staying out late. If you can give yourself that space and time, that's better. But if you can't, it's not a hindrance. You can still do this work in your current situation. So I hope that resonates with you. And there's also something about generating patience in life. Everything you dream about, everything you want will come to you when the time is right. So we don't need to force it. We don't need to push ourselves into situations that we aren't ready for yet. I would love to hear your thoughts or comments. Feel free to reach out to me personally, and I'd love to chat it through. All the best. Bye.